Today's topic is Potter's Five Forces. Potter's Five Forces framework model that identifies and analyzes the five competitive forces that shape each and every industry and also helps in determining the industry's weaknesses and strengths. Basically, when an industry is set up, it is really very important to understand what are the different forces that actually help an industry to develop. Every industry, every firm is surrounded by its environment, and the environment has a lot that actually affects the health of any industry. So, this particular model helps and gives an understanding of how the various factors, how the external and the internal factors are affecting the health of any industry, and so decisions can be made. The five forces analysis is frequently used to identify the industry's structure to determine and formulate corporate strategy to work on. The Potter's model can be applied to any segment of the economy to understand the level of competition within the industry and to enhance a company's long term profitability. Potter's Five Forces is a framework for analyzing a company's competitive environment, the number and power of a company's competitive rivals, potential new market entrants, suppliers, customers, and substitute products influence a company's profitability. Five forces analysis can also be used to guide business strategy to increase competitive advantage. Reiterating this framework attempts to analyze the level of competition within the industry and the business strategy development. It draws upon industrial organization, economics, to drive the five forces that determine the competitive intensity and therefore attractiveness in an industry. Attractiveness in this context mainly refers to the profitability. Unattractive is an industry wherein these five forces are taken down the profitability. A very unattractive industry is the one approaching pure competition. The framework is associated with its innovator, Michael E. Potter of Harvard University. So this is the five forces model. Here we can see that any industry is surrounded by, factors like there is threat from the new entrants. So a company should actually understand whatever product line a company is into, who are the new entrants and how the new entrants are coming into the scene. Then obviously raw material, when any product is made out of raw material, so suppliers bargaining power is really very important. So if, like, say for example, if there are limited suppliers of the raw material, then definitely the bargaining power of the suppliers will be a bit on the higher side. Then the internal competition is there, the internal rivalry, threats from the substitute. If a product that a company is producing, if there are some substitute products available in the market, then definitely there is a threat on the sales with respect to the substitutes that are available. And the customer bargaining power is again one of the factors of the five forces. So these five forces, they have an impact on the health of any organization, and once these are analyzed, a good corporate strategy can be developed. So starting with customers bargaining power, this is one of the important forces in this framework. Let's take an example of manufacturing industry. This force plays a key element here. Suppose there are many producers of a product and a single buyer. Then the buyer has the advantage or the power to bargain for higher quality or service for a reduced price. So this is but obvious that if there are many producers of available, but the buyers are limited, then the buyers have a choice to actually go for products that are of higher quality and at a reduced cost. Situation is called monopoly. Here, the position of a buyer is very strong and he sets the price. But in reality, very few monopoly markets exist. The next is suppliers' bargaining power. The next factor in the five forces model addresses how easily suppliers can drive up the cost of inputs. It is affected by the number of suppliers of key inputs of a good or a service, how unique these inputs are, and how much it would cost a company to switch to another supplier. The fewer the suppliers to any industry, the more a company would depend on a supplier. As a result, the supplier has more power and can drive up input costs and push for other advantages in trade. On the other hand, when there are many suppliers or low switching costs between rival suppliers, a company can keep its input costs lower and hence its profits. The third is the threat of new entrants. A company's power or profitability is also affected by the force of new entrants in its market. The less time and money it costs for a competitor to enter a company's market and be an effective competitor, the more an established company's position would be significantly weakened. So here, if we see that if the entry of a competitor, if there less time and less money is required to enter in any of the industry, then the players of the industry should actually feel that if it is easier for competitors to enter into the industry, then definitely stability of a company is threatened due to this factor. Any industry with strong barriers to entry is ideal for existing companies within its industry, since the company would be able to charge higher prices and negotiate better terms. The next is threat of substitutes. The next of the five forces focuses on substitutes of particular good. Substitute goods or services that can be used in place of a company's products or services pose a threat to the company. Companies that produce goods or provide services for which there are no close or near substitutes will have more power or advantage to hike prices and lock in favorable terms. When close substitutes are available, customers will have the option to forego buying a company's product and a company's power can be weakened. Understanding the Potter's five forces and how they apply to an industry can drive a company to adjust and shape its business strategy to better drive its resources to generate higher earnings for its investors and move towards profitability. The next is internal competition or the rivalry. The last of the five forces refers to the number of competitors and their ability to undercut a company. The larger the number of competitors, along with the number of equivalent products or services they offer, the lesser the power of a company. Suppliers and buyers seek out a company's competition if they are able to offer a better deal or lower prices. Conversely, when competitive rivalry is low, a company has greater power to charge higher prices and set the terms of deals to achieve higher sales and profits. So when an analysis is done using the five forces analysis proposed by Porter, here we can see that when we talk about the threat of new entrants, time and cost of entry is important, specialist knowledge is important, economies of scale, cost advantages, technology, protection, and barriers to entry. So when we talk about the threats uh, of a new entrance, uh, any company who actually wants to apply this model on its own scenario, then these can be the six factors based on which the company can actually understand that what is the threat that they are exposed to with reference to the threat of new entry. So what's the time and cost of any other company to enter into the market? Then what type of specialist knowledge is needed to produce the product or a service that they are dealing with? Then there is economies of scale. Economies of scale, we can understand that is there a mass scale production or not, if a mass scale production is required, or what is the level of production that is required. The cost advantages, obviously a company which is well established has cost advantages because the fixed cost and the variable cost, what are the fixed and the variable costs attached, so cost advantages is definitely one of the factors. Then technology protection, if a particular type of technology is needed, whether that technology is reserved with a company which is already into the market or not. So technology wise, it is an important point. And the last is barriers to entry, means what are the different government barriers that are there, and is it easy for a company to actually enter into any of the industries. So these are the six factors based on which threat of new entrants can be analyzed. The next is the supplier power. So when a company wants to analyze that what is the power of a supplier they're dealing with, so there are some 5 points based on which this can be analyzed. So number of suppliers, how many suppliers are available for a particular input that is needed for the production. Then the size of the suppliers, how big are these suppliers, how what's their shape and size. Uniqueness of service, so like if the suppliers are supplying you any product which is like quite unique, fine, so that way definitely suppliers will have an edge. Your ability to substitute, whether you are in a position to substitute the input with some other input or not. So that is one thing you'll have to see inside how you're producing and what can be the alternative inputs that can be used. And cost of changing, if you are switching from one input to the other input, then what will be the cost. So these can be the 5 parameters based on which you can actually analyze the supplier part you are exposed to. Then the next is threat of the substitution. So is substitute performance, how the substitute is performing, and the cost of change, means like if a customer goes for the other substitute, then what will be the cost of change they'll have to bear. The next is buyer power. If I say on the part of the buyers, means on the part of the customers, we have 6 points based on which this can be analyzed. So the number of customers, how many customers are there, the size of each order, what order they are placing, so what is the size of the order that they are, because if they are giving you a bulk order, then definitely they'll have an edge over it. And if they are buying just one or two pieces, then definitely the bargaining power will be affected. Then differences between the competitors, definitely the product that you are offering, the competitor is offering, so what is the difference in that particular thing. Then the price sensitivity is whether the product that we are dealing in is quite sensitive as far as price is concerned. If you're going to hike the prices, then definitely the demand will get effect. So this is one thing. Then ability to substitute, whether the buyer is in a position to actually substitute your product. So this is one thing. And cost of changing again. And the last one is competitive rivalry. So you should know the number of competitors there who are there in the industry. Then what is the quality differences? Are there some other differences or not? Switching costs. Then customer loyalty is one of the important factors, and cost of leaving the market. So this is one thing you should actually understand. If your market is actually getting closer to the saturation point, then what is the cost of leaving the market? So these are the 5 factors that a company should actually use to understand the environment outside, and to draft a good corporate strategy to actually have a good hold, how to have a good hold on the market. So these 5 factors are really very essential and very useful. Thank you. Stay tuned with us.